And here we are in the 2006 offseason, starting out with GM and coach changes. So the Texans totally clear house. We look at Charlie Casserly getting removed, Mark Dominic taking over as GM in Houston, Rick Spielman out, and Dennis Green, the former Vikings coach, comes in as the general manager for the Miami Dolphins. Now, Mike Holmgren still remains head coach with the Seattle Seahawks, but after the abysmal performance last year, landing the #1 overall pick in this draft, they have decided to hire Jerry Reese as their general manager. As for coaching changes around the league, we see 6 separate coaches moving on. First, Dick Jauron being fired from Chicago and being replaced by the Giants DC Johnny Lynn. Now, Dick Jauron had the 2nd seed in the NFC playoffs. They were a good team with Gannon, but they've been making the playoffs almost every year except for Gannon's first year, where I think they went 8-8. But the last 2 seasons made the playoffs and had a quick exit to the playoffs. And right now with Gannon, who's 40-some years old, they need to win now. And so Chicago got impatient with Dick Jauron and decided to try out a different approach. Now, Chicago has always been a more defensive-oriented team, and so Johnny Lynn with the Giants having one of the best defenses fits that Chicago defensive identity. Now, Bill Parcells, he has not had, I think he hasn't won more than 4 games a season. And so he was on his way out after, I believe, 2-3 seasons there with Dallas, but is replaced by John Harbaugh, the special teams coordinator for the Eagles. And so we'll see John Harbaugh take on the reins there in Dallas. So leaving the Eagles, going to a division rival to be the head coach. Houston is making a change after Dom Capers won them a Super Bowl 3 years ago, but has since been a top 5, top 10 draft pick team. They have not been able to realize that dominance, and ownership has had enough. They still have David Carr, and Gary Kubiak is now the head coach there for Houston. Miami had almost made the Super Bowl 4 years ago. They were a good team, even with Steve McNair, but Dave Wanstead is out, and Herm Edwards, the former Jets coach, is getting a second chance. Herm Edwards went to the San Diego Chargers to be their defensive coordinator, but is for a year, and now is back as head coach, now with the Miami Dolphins. The Saints have had some ups and downs. They've lost their Mike McCarthy offensive coordinator to to the New York Jets, but is now Jim Haslett is being replaced by the Colts defensive coordinator Ron Meeks. So we see both defensive coordinators for the 2 Super Bowl contenders, the Giants and the Colts, getting their opportunity to be a head coach. It'll be interesting to see how Ron Meeks handles the new Saints atmosphere. And then Bill Callahan did well with the Raiders to a point, but was just unable to keep that streak alive, losing Gannon, Tim Brown, Garner, and so many others. And they have the second worst record in the league, having the 2nd overall pick in this draft, and enough was enough, and Bill Callahan is let go. And the Bears head coach Dick Jauron is able to maintain his status as a head coach here with Oakland. So we'll see if Dick Jauron has any better success in Oakland than in Chicago, even though he was very successful in Chicago, other than being unable to win playoff games. All right, everybody, here we are with the retirement portion of the offseason, and we're going to go through each of the teams here. First time I've seen it. So Keyshawn Johnson retires. What that means that Rich Gannon is still playing. John Carney, the kicker, is retired from Cincinnati. Conate. See, Rod Smith finally retires, and Nalen. No one. Aaron Glenn, okay. Todd Stussy. Okay, coordinator don't care. Turk don't care. Let's see, a lot of non-retirements. Joey Galloway, interesting. Kind of an early retirement for him. Byron Chamberlain, kind of been waiting for that retirement. Joe Horn. Okay, another early retirement. Vendetta. All right, cool. And Tony Richardson. Wow, that's another early retirement. But okay, so I guess main retirements here were Keyshawn Johnson, Richardson, Chamberlain. No QBs. Joe Horn he's going to be a big loss for the Saints, but they'll have enough weapon power to change it.